friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy for another roller coaster show today. We're going all over the place. It is Saturday, February 6th. It is officially our 328th show of quarantine. Thank you to Rob Fishbeck for keeping me on point about that, because y'all know I can't remember what day of the week it is, let alone how many shows we have been in quarantine for. I cannot believe we're coming up on 3:30. It's right around the corner. I'm not talking about the time. I'm talking about the amount of shows and days that we've been in isolation. Truly, truly wild. But yeah, we got a lot to talk about on the show today. Armie Hammer was dropped by William Morris Endeavor, the biggest agency on the planet. And, that isn't the final straw on the string of things in which he had to step away from the movie and step away from the TV show. And now is being dropped by his agents because of this Cannibal situation. We will talk about that and what we think. I definitely have some thoughts on that. I would love to hear from you guys. On top of that, some horrible things taking place. New insights into the Evan Rachel Wood situation. Apparently, Marilyn Manson's wife threatened to release underage pictures of Evan Rachel Wood. When I heard that, I thought one thing, but it really was something else. So we'll break that down. And then the Chiefs assistant coach is currently under investigation. Something horrific happened, and he was driving, and I'm pretty sure it's been confirmed that he was drunk, and he hit a parked car with two children inside, and they both got injured. One of them injured with broken bone, and the other is currently in the ICU. So we're going to break down that. He could have been going to the Super Bowl tomorrow, and instead he is also in the hospital, I believe, injured. So we're going to talk about choices. We're going to talk about life choices today on this show. All that and more, plus whatever you guys want to talk about, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, or right here in the super chat as well. Yeah, it's going to probably be a shorter show again today because I'm trying to get shit done. Just still trying to figure out a million things between my grandparents and just everything happening right now. There's just a lot going on my end, like this close to mental breakdown every 2 seconds right now. So if you guys could all be patient and kind with me, and just appreciate that you guys are here. So thank you for being here. And I will take some of these Streamlabs right now. The first one came in at 9 this morning from Star Gonzalez, who said, "Hey Roxy, I hope you're doing well. I made an OF a few days ago, and I'm currently at top 76% of all creators." Oh, and OnlyFans. Yeah. It honestly helped boost my confidence, which I didn't even think would be possible. However, I do feel kind of powerful. Haha. Yay me. Yeah. Fuck yeah, Star. I was like, what's an OF? I'm not cool enough. That's awesome. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad that it's helping with your confidence. And hell yeah. You go, baby. Keep us posted. Glenn Caesar says, "Hello, good afternoon, Roxy. Much love to you, Grammy and Papo. As always, thanks for still hanging out with all of us on this hopefully happy Saturday for you. RJ, Skittles, Chunks, Silver, the Elf. Peace, bunnies, and hugs to you and yours as always. Hashtag smash cancer." Agreed. Continuing to say it. Miles Cosgrove, Brett Hankerson, Jonathan McNally, Russ the Cops who killed Breonna Taylor. All three of them for killing Breonna Taylor. Justice for all the people who have lost their lives due to excessive force. Hashtag say their names. Positive thoughts to you, RJ, and all the rock stars who show up here and give their support whenever and however they can. Don't forget, when it gets tough, even if you're by yourself, you're not alone. Everyone who's battling, keep on fighting. We're with you. So true, Glenn. Be most excellent to each other, rock stars, because you're cool people to know. Thanks for always being here / there for us, rocks. I hope that yesterday's secret went well. It did not. Roxy's the best. Roxy number one. Happy Roxy days. Cheers to getting more fuck yeah news. Please remember you're kind, you're smart, you're unique, and being so unselfishly loving and supportive of others, including internet strangers, makes you worthy. Therefore, your story is important and deserves to be seen and heard. You are appreciated. Thank you, Glenn, for always being here, always supporting the show, always talking and being the voice of the people, being the best mascot that you know how to be. You're just the best, and we adore you. And shout out to everybody else who's joining me on their Saturday. There's so many things that you guys could be doing on Saturday, and you are spending it here with me. So that's pretty incredible. And yeah, really, 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 really grateful for that. So let's talk about some of these things. I would love to hear from you guys. Just pretty conversational show about these. It's always a conversational show because it's just me talking to you guys and you guys talking back. What? Sips tea. Still on that vanilla life. I'm not getting sick of it yet. I'll keep you guys posted on when I am. So let's start with the Armie Hammer stuff. Get in those Streamlabs. Let me hear your thoughts. Get in those super chats. Let me hear your thoughts. Because Armie Hammer was officially dropped by WME. For those of you guys who don't know and are not in the industry, WME stands for William Morris Endeavor. William Morris Endeavor is one of the largest agencies on the planet, and is often referred to as the largest in Los Angeles and in Hollywood. The big two being William Morris Endeavor, WME, and CAA. Those are the two largest. And then there's a ton of other really, really big ones, Gersh and ICM. And there's a lot of other excellent agencies. But WME and CAA house the majority of the big A-list celebrities. And WME announced today that they were dropping Armie Hammer from their agency. Now, this is coming after Armie Hammer he stepped away from the movie he was working on. He said he was doing that because he needed to be with his kids during this time. And then I think he was let go from the TV show he was working on. The terms were a little hard to, I don't know whether he walked away, whether they let him go. Things seem a little vague right now. And then WME dropped him today. So this is kind of an interesting situation. Let's break it down a little bit and talk about what we think is going on. For those of you guys who missed the Armie Hammer story and why all of this is happening, messages from Armie Hammer to an abundance of women were being released about him talking to them about cannibalism. Now, seemingly, this is a kink of his. He is turned on by talking about cannibalism and being spoken to about cannibalism. He finds it sexy to the thought of eating people or the thought of people eating him. Some of these people are his exes. Some of these people seem to be randoms who he's sliding in their DMs. And that is pretty much what we know. That's what we know to this point. Now, Hollywood isn't really one to kink shame. So I have a feeling that it's very likely that there is more information about Armie Hammer that is not out yet. That is why these places are dropping him. If he wasn't really eating people and it really was just a sexual preference to talk about it, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Again, I'm not into kink shaming, but I'm not going to lie to you guys. That doesn't turn me on. If a guy tried to pull that on me, I would be like, not for me. Just definitely not for me. But when you grow up with the kind of privilege that Armie Hammer did, Armie Hammer is a rich white dude who's always been a very rich white dude his whole life. Sometimes you develop weird tendencies or interesting tendencies because you've had everything you've ever wanted. And so sometimes in order to get off, you have some specifics that are a little unique. And so with all of his privilege, it's not much of a surprise that he has a strange kink. I don't use strange in a negative way. I just mean strange as an offbeat. You know, there's a lot of people who like to be peed on. There's people who like to play with all different toys. You know, there's all different kinds of kinks. Cannibalism is a very far out one. We don't know whether it's talking about cannibalism or whether it's actual cannibalism. Seems like it's just talking about cannibalism from what's come out so far. But at the same time, if all these people are dropping him, is it real cannibalism? Cannibalism is illegal. To the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to eat people. So there's that. I really think we don't know all of the story yet. And it's going to be strange as it slowly comes out. It doesn't seem like his exes are in support of him. So Jeremy Miller says cannibalism is not a kink, that's a crime. You are right. But talking about cannibalism is a kink, not a crime. It kind of depends on what he's into and how far that has gone. It's also not cool to do that without somebody's consent. You both need to be on the same page. So sliding into a bunch of people's DMs and doing regular flirting is still not great when you're in a position of power. Regular flirting. But sliding into people's DMs and non-consensually talking about eating them, that's an issue. That's a big issue. So what do you guys think is happening here right now? What do you think is going on? Do you think that this is another Me Too situation? Do you think that this is a sexual abuse or assault situation? Do you think this is a actual cannibal situation? Do you think that this is a misconduct? What do you think is going on here? Or do you think it really is just people kink shaming? I feel like that one's very unlikely, but would love to hear from you guys. So let me know, streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider, and also in the super chat, what the fuck do you think is happening with Armie Hammer? All right, so in the Streamlabs, Rob Fishbeck says, staying on track with the cannibal situation, what is the most exotic meat you have ever eaten? I don't think much. I really haven't tried many things. There's this restaurant in Los Angeles called Animal that I love. And also there's a sausage restaurant called Wurstküche, which I like a lot. So I've had like rattlesnake and rabbit and stuff, but I don't know how exotic those are compared to other things. Tim Koskuba in here says, what's up, Rox? Almost a year to the day you did a Super Bowl Sunday stream with Bateman that I got to watch while I was in line to pick up chicken wings. Not Super Bowl party this year. What are your go-to Super Bowl snacks? Wow, how things can change in a year. I don't even remember that. During the Super Bowl this year, I'm going to be with my grandparents taking them to get vaccinated. So hopefully, Grammy's having a really hard time moving, and so is Papo. I'm praying I can get them there tomorrow. So that is what I'll be doing during the Super Bowl because priorities. Thanks for asking, though, Tim. And I hope that you... So I will have no snacks. Maybe some, I don't know, some candy. I've got some Reese's at home. Chips. I like guac. Things along those lines. Todd Fair is back. What's up, Todd? Our rich friend who we really, really enjoy. He says, when I was 16, I got a job at Chili's as a dishwasher. I only got job to gain responsibility. After one day of working, I quit because I thought the job was beneath me. Wow, I am a moron. Todd, you're not a moron. I don't like the self-deprecate. I don't like when you hate on yourself. I like when you're honest about things. You can always change. I know you don't want to, but the job is certainly not beneath you. It's not beneath any of us to do what we've got to do. And I don't think that really works when you quit. I don't know if it taught you responsibility. We really love you here, though, Todd. Like, I think you found your people. We accept you for who you are. And as long as you're not hurting others, we'll take you in. You're a rock star. That's the truth. That's the truth. All right. Any other thoughts on Armie Hammer? Let me know. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStrider or in the super chat because I'm very curious from you guys. What do you think is fucking happening here? Moving on from that. Oh, these are all kind of fuck no situations today. Welcome to the cool kids table, Todd. Totally, Jake. Totally. Like, don't you want to meet Todd? And then have him put everything on his tab for us because rich people. Todd, as the rich person of this group, do you get where Armie Hammer's coming from? Are you like, I too grew up with privilege. I too do this cannibal thing. Shout out to everybody who's in here with me live, by the way. Starfire, Jake, Joseph, Lemmy, Rob, Zenoir, Esteban, Stormy, Weston, Cap, David, D-Train, Andrew, John Get Bent, Redford, Stereo, Scott, Bill, Danny M, Legoland, Eric Z, Chris, Curtis, Tim. You guys are all amazing. Prince That Wasn't Promised, Drew. Drew says it's not just cannibalism, it's sexual abuse by a bunch of women. I think that, like I said, I think more is coming out because I don't think that. But the problem is these movies, these TV shows, and his agency, they're subject to be sued if they don't have legitimate reason to drop him. And talking about cannibalism is probably not enough to not get them sued, so they try to be careful. I think that they've got more. I think they've got more. Bill Lyon says, dude, I'm a vegetarian. I can't even imagine. Oh, so eating people doesn't do it for you? That doesn't, that's not what you're into? Guys, as I've told you guys multiple times on this show, but the people on Twitter just recently found out when I went on my apology tour for over this last year for everything I talked about for the Snyder Cut. Excited to announce, and as I've told you guys for the last several days, there was a huge, huge group of the fandom who accepted me open arms, accepted my apology, and was very kind to me. So please welcome Amanda in here, who says, Roxy, nice to meet you from the Zack Snyder Justice League fandom. Amanda, you are welcome here. Thank you for being here with the rock stars, and we appreciate you joining us here on this show. Amanda said, so did he actually eat someone? I don't know. I think it's very unlikely that he actually... Okay, no, I don't think it's unlikely that he actually ate somebody. That's what's fucking crazy. I think it's very unlikely that he ate somebody to the point of severe, like, death. But I do think that what comes out about him next, it's going to be some kind of assault situation. And I don't like to speculate on that in terms of it could not be, and this really could just be about conversation, but it doesn't seem that way to me. These companies are smart. I don't think that they let him go if he's not actually physically or verbally or not, that there's nothing more going on here. Oh, everybody's welcoming Amanda. Love to see that. Hi, Amanda. Yay. Thanks to all you guys for welcoming Amanda open arms. That's what we do here live at the Roxy. All right, like I said, a bunch of fuck no news today. So this is kind of a really upsetting story. The Chiefs assistant coach is under investigation right now. As I said to you guys, he was drunk driving his car. He hit a parked car. In the back of the parked car were two children, really young kids. Both of them got injured. One of them got injured to the point that they are okay and just, I think, had a broken bone. The other one got injured to the point where they are still in the ICU, tubes and stuff in their nose and really not doing well. We don't know what's going to happen with that child. I believe that the assistant coach is also currently in the hospital. It's already been stated that he will not be coming to the Super Bowl. His dad is obviously the head coach. This is an issue for so many different reasons. The biggest one, of course, being that two children were injured and one of them is fighting for their life right now. That's a huge fucking problem. As I talk about on the show, life is about a series of choices that we make. This assistant coach is a full-blown adult. He decided to get behind the wheel of a car. He was drinking and driving, and that's a choice that he made. And life is a bitch. And I tell you guys always to try to make choices that make it so that you can look in the mirror, because he made a decision that's going to make it very challenging for the rest of his life to look in the mirror, especially if something happens to this child, if something worse happens to this child. He probably will never coach again. He has seriously injured two children, and he did all of that being somebody who makes enough money that wherever he was going, if he needed to get there, he could have called an Uber. So remember that things happen like this in life. And there's only so much we can control, but we have to control those things that we can control. And what you can control is not getting fucked up and driving your car. And we're not talking about a 17-year-old behind the wheel who did this. We're talking about and still that's really bad. But we're talking about a person who completely understands life and consequences. And this is going to stick with him for the rest of his life. And so the universe will handle this in terms of with him. But all of our energy going towards those children right now, because it's fucking horrible. It's fucking horrible. And, it's very likely that this man goes to jail. And it's possible, and I don't even want to put this energy out there, but that this would be a manslaughter situation. Hopefully the children are okay. We know one of them is. Hopefully the other one who's in the ICU is okay. But horrible. And I cannot emphasize enough, especially during this time, during all times, but during this time, we're not all ourselves right now. We have been isolated for almost a year of our lives. We're going a little fucking crazy. We're making strange decisions. But let that decision be that you get a box kit and dye your hair blonde at home. Don't let that decision be you get fucked up and you drive your car and you hit some kids. Because I know that right now it's tough, but whatever you do during this time, you're going to have to live with after this time. That's why I told you guys, I think that, there's certain things that we can do right now, like living on the edge. Maybe I have that extra slice of cake at night because I'm just like, fuck it, I need this today. Or maybe I go on an hour-long bike ride because I'm like trying to sweat it out. Or maybe I binge too much TV. Or maybe I write a really strange script about Armie Hammer being a cannibal. Any of these things are possible. But I know I sound like a fucking bad commercial, but when it comes to drunk driving, it's just kind of it's never going to be okay. It's never okay under any circumstances, because at some point you're going to hurt somebody, and it might be the first time. And it could be yourself. It could be anybody. So, it's not the only form of an issue. There's so many things other than drunk driving, but in talking about this one, I know we're all feeling stuck and isolated. I know people are drinking heavily during this time, and I don't suggest drinking heavily during this time. But if you're going to be somebody who right now is not controlling their drinking, get drunk and pass out on your couch. Not pass out like hammered and drunk, whatever. Like, have a drink and then put yourself to fucking bed. Do not get in that fucking car. So I can't say it enough. Just thinking about these children and praying for them. And I know that you guys are too. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, and right here in the super chat as well, as we get to this next story. And then we're going to get out of here. So like I said, probably a little bit of a shorter show today, because sometimes when we have all this fucking depressing news, I just can't be here for an hour. But you guys bring the positive things. Let me know if you saw anything that's fun to talk about. Again, Streamlabs, super chat, a little bit of a light show today. So light financially, not light in mood. The mood is heavy AF, and this story is no different. I'm a little confused about this story, though, so I could use your guys' help breaking this down. We've talked about Evan Rachel Wood on the show every day. And what's going on with Evan Rachel Wood and Marilyn Manson is a horrific situation. There is a new update to that is rather confusing to me. The headline from Hollywood Reporter this morning was, Evan Rachel Wood says she was alerted to threats that underage photos of herself would be released. So what I will say is, when I hear that, and you guys tell me if you hear something differently, when I hear that underage photos of somebody are being released, I assume that that means underage, what's the word? Naked photos, underage, explicit photos. That's what I think that means when I hear underage photos. So when I saw that, I was thinking that she was thinking that underage photos of her in a compromising position were going to be released. But I read into this, and this is what's going on. Again, coming from Hollywood Reporter, it says the Westwood star, who named Marilyn Manson as her abuser earlier this week, shared more in her Instagram story on Saturday morning. Evan Rachel Wood on Saturday shared an additional detail about her alleged abuse in relationship to Marilyn Manson, whose real name is Brian Warner. The actress wrote in an Instagram story that she had to file a police report last year after becoming aware about a threat about the release of underage photos of herself. On December 19th, I had to file a police report after I was alerted to threats made by @Leslie_Lane, who, by the way, I tried to look, and that person's social has been deleted since, and @Lindsay Usyk, I don't know how to say it, but that's Marilyn Manson's wife, for conspiring to release photos of me when I was underage after being given large amounts of drugs and alcohol after Brian performed on Halloween in Las Vegas to ruin my career and shut me up. So that is what Evan Rachel Wood said. She included a copy of the police report and with contact and personal information blocked out. And further in the Woods Instagram story, she resurfaced a post from Friday, which the actress provides more details from what she experienced with Manson. I was called a Jew in a derogatory manner. He would draw swastikas over my bedside table, and he was mad at me. I heard the N-word over and over again. She continued, everyone around him was expected to laugh and join in. If you did not, or God forbid, call them out, you were singled out and abused more. I have never been more scared in my life. This was, then she put, I saw that she put, it was not, sorry, that just started playing back. It was not seemingly the photos were not explicit, like naked. One of the photos, and she actually released one of the photos, was of her in a like German hat, and I don't know, maybe she had, I thought I was reading, I have to see, my friend was on the phone telling me about this story. I didn't actually see the photo, but I thought that she described it to me. Let's see, Evan Rachel Wood releases photo. In order to get ahead of it, she released one of the photos, and I think it was like something that put her in a compromising position where it looked like, I don't know where this has gone to, but it looked like she was, oh my God, my phone and everything. It looked like she was like in a Nazi type outfit. I hate to use that so frivolously, like a Nazi type, but she was fucked up. She was underage and she was wearing some kind of a German outfit. It's a huge issue and it's very upsetting. And woman on woman crime, where especially like this man's wife and now is coming after his ex fiance and somebody who clearly has been abused by him. It's disturbing and disgusting, but just yikes on this whole thing. What do you guys think about this situation? How are you feeling about this situation? What do you think is going to happen to Marilyn Manson? I heard that he has been, at least it's on hold, whether or not he'll be going back to his shows. Again, these shows, in order to let somebody go, they need to protect themselves legally. So they're probably investigating and looking into it. Movie Master says, you never really know what peeps are doing behind the scenes. So true. So true. Very, very disturbing to find out all this stuff about Marilyn Manson. And Evan Rachel Wood is being supported by multiple other women who have come out and talked about this. Manson's denying it. He said allegations of physical and psychological abuse and sexual assault are horrible distortions of reality. Horrible distortions of reality. What the fuck does that even mean? What does that even mean? Just horrible distortions of reality. It doesn't sound to me like that didn't happen. It sounds like you're currently trying to distort reality. Just, fucking disgusting. All right, guys, we are getting out of here. No Streamlabs really today. So no follow-up questions. Streamlabs.com/RoxyStryer. I'll be here for another minute, so get them in if you have anything to say. Otherwise, shout out to all of you guys for joining me on this roller coaster of a show. Remember to make those good choices. I can't emphasize that enough. When we're sitting here and we're talking about cannibals and abusers and people getting DUIs and injuring children, you know, the word of the day is choices. And all of these people could have made different choices. I don't mean the victims. I mean the people who are doing these things. Marilyn Manson could have made a different choice in life, no matter what his childhood is like. You can make a different choice. You don't have to be an abuser. The assistant coach for the Chiefs, you did not have to get behind the wheel drunk. If you had to get somewhere, you can always Uber. Armie Hammer didn't have to do whatever it is he was doing. I'm still not even sure exactly what it is. Mike T54 says, this is a video title I didn't think I'd see. I know. Todd Fair says, I did grow up with privilege, but never got into crazy crap like Armie Hammer. Anyway, Roxy, I do like this channel, and you are a bozo. I say that in a good way. I know I'm a bozo also, and you seem to have loyal friends on this channel. I really do. My people are the shit over here. I'm really grateful for that. And I don't mind being a bozo, especially when you say it in the loving way that you just said it. Maybe we're all a bunch of bozos. Bozos and clowns. Gizmo First Blood Part 2 says, hi, Roxy. Thanks for keeping me company while I work. You're welcome, Gizmo. My brother loves your, is it called an emoji or like an icon? Icon? Yeah. All right, getting out of here. Make those smart choices, friends, rock stars, bozos alike. I will be back here tomorrow live at the Roxy. A little bit of housekeeping. Tomorrow is Sunday, which means not only will I be here. Oh, I don't know what time I'll be here because I'll be taking my... It's going to be a tough one tomorrow because I have to get to my grandparents probably too early to do a show before. I have no idea how long the vaccination situation is going to take. I also, the Super Bowl. So if I get back and I don't know, I'm not going to go up against the Super Bowl. And then right after that, we've got the World Girls Wind Down. So yeah, I think I have to leave here tomorrow at 7 a.m. I might be able to leave a little later. I might go up really early tomorrow. Tomorrow, honestly, will probably be about a 5-10 minute show, just of Streamlabs Super Chat conversation with you guys. I'm going to get up when I'll go up when I can. I'll make it work. I might even do it in the car and just kind of put it propped up. I'll figure that out. But tomorrow, not sure on the timing yet. But we will be live for the World Girls afterwards. And then Monday, we'll go back to our regularly scheduled programming. So you guys are amazing. Don't forget to make your bed. Also, put down the toilet seat, the lid, all that stuff. Be kind to one another. Be good people. Tomorrow's 3/29. Wow, Rob, that's crazy. It's a lot of days. But I've been here every single one of them, and tomorrow's not going to be the first that I'm not. So just going to keep on making it work. Making my way downtown. All right, bye to my friends. Make those good choices, and I'll see you at some point tomorrow live at the Roxy.